At Cornhusker Auto Center, bragging is not our style, but that doesn't mean our customers can't.
Great people, easy transaction, went out of their way to help. Thank you.
Amazing place to buy a vehicle. Great staff all around.
I would recommend Cornhusker Auto to anyone.
Time out!
Welcome once again to our weekly recap on Time Out with Nick, where we're starting to kind of sort out the contenders from the teams that, well, maybe they aren't quite the contenders we thought they were going into the season. We're going to start off this episode, however, with Norfolk Catholic hosting Ord. The good news is it's the home opener for Norfolk Catholic after back-to-back road games to begin the season. The bad news, you're hosting the third-ranked team in the state in Ord. The good news again, though, for Norfolk Catholic, they led 7-0 after a quarter, but Ord came back with 21 points in the second quarter. The Chanticleers left Norfolk with a 28-14 win. The only problem now for Norfolk Catholic is that's the second of at least 3 straight state-ranked opponents. They lost to Wahoo Newman in Game 2, lost to Ord. Now they travel to top-ranked Oakland Craig, which has won 16 games in a row. Just what the doctor ordered, right? Lutheran High hit the road for the second time this season, traveling to Beamer to face Guardian Angels Central Catholic. Lutheran High with a 16-0 lead in the first quarter. Lutheran High holds on with a 44-36 win, and the Eagles will host Wakefield in a rare Saturday game this week at Memorial Field. One of the big area games last week was between a couple of teams you didn't really know what to expect out of coming into the season. North Bend Central had advanced to quarterfinals in Class C2 a year ago, lost their quarterback but had a lot of playmakers back. Pierce lost its famous 3 horsemen, but still regarded as one of the top teams in Class C1 coming into the season. But by halftime on Friday night, there was no wondering. Pierce was up 28-6 at the break, and then of all things, offensive lineman Colton Fritz with a kickoff return for a touchdown on what was intended to be an onside kick to begin the second half. All of a sudden, Pierce is up 35-6. And Abram Schulte runs in a touchdown, and all of a sudden, middle of the third quarter, we have a running clock in Pierce. The Blue Jays had 441 yards of offense, 383 of those came on the ground. Here's the thing though, this year the Blue Jays are all about balance. There were 7 different Blue Jays who had between 28 and 83 yards rushing. Pierce with a big 48-13 win over North Bend Central. On Thursday night, Allen traveled to Bloomfield in the third edition of a series that really hadn't been played in quite a while. Kobe ran 22 times for 101 yards and a touchdown. He completed 5 of his first 6 passes, though, for 102 yards and a couple of touchdowns. Allen with that 34-16 victory over Bloomfield, and the Eagles are now 2-0 on the season. Here's Coach Dave Oldrick.
For 10 days, we didn't have half our varsity football team, and I'm really proud of them. They've adjusted to the game plans. They've done what we've asked them to do, and there's no complaints.
A couple other big games to watch this week. Third-ranked Wayne survived a missed field goal by Columbus Lakeview. The Blue Devils are undefeated at 3-0 on the season with that 14-11 victory. Stop me if you've heard that score before. I haven't heard a 14-11 game in quite some time. But the Blue Devils will host the Blue Jays of Ashland Greenwood in a battle of top 5 state-ranked teams on Friday. A couple other games to watch this week. Clarkson Lee travels to Stanton after the Mustangs suffered their first loss this season. Elkhorn Valley will put its undefeated record on the line at Laurel Concord Coleridge, and Niobrara Verdigris with a 2-1 start travels to undefeated O'Neill St. Mary's. The thing about Niobrara Verdigris, though, they scored 30 points in the fourth quarter. Big comeback win against Madison for the Cougars. Tuesday's ratings will come out for classes C and D area teams. Look for lots of changes to this week's ratings, especially in Class D. Potential from top 1, top 2, maybe even more spots changing there. Wednesday, look for picks of top games involving area teams. This content, once again, as always, is exclusive in print or to the digital subscription. My name is Nick Benish, and thanks for taking a time out with us.